A couple days ago, the Daily Wire put out their first production diary for their upcoming fantasy series, The Pendragon Cycle. And this is kind of an unusual thing considering the Daily Wire started off as a political news site with a conservative leaning to them. But in the last few years, they've been kind of venturing out into producing more narrative focused thing and documentaries because, according to them, they wanted to counter Hollywood and the left leaning messaging that they say is coming out of Hollywood. And just last year, they also announced in relation to this that they're going to be investing $100 million into children's content for their website because, according to them, in this article from Variety, counter woke Disney fare that is brainwashing children. And so, yeah, we got that coming out of them, or at least according to their claims. And now we got this latest news about this new children's content, and that is they're going to be making a Snow White movie. And according to this article from the Hollywood Reporter, Daily Wire is making a rival Snow White movie trolling Disney. Yeah, I think this is kind of a troll, but I believe this is also a sincere effort. And they're trying to make a splash in this whole children's content fair by going after one of the biggest studios in the world, if not the biggest studio in the world. And they're also directly calling out their next big movie that's coming out early next year. The conservative media company released a teaser trailer for Snow White and the Evil Queen starring YouTuber Brett Cooper following backlash over Disney's upcoming Snow White starring Rachel Zegler. I mean, is this going to be a good movie? I have no idea, but this whole thing is really funny to me. Conservative media company The Daily Wire announced it is making a live-action Snow White movie following a right-wing backlash over Disney's upcoming live-action Snow White. And first of all, I just want to point out it wasn't right-wing backlash for the Disney Snow White. I mean, everyone was attacking. I mean, longtime Disney fans were attacking it because they said they weren't going to follow the source material from the original Disney animated movie. Hardcore feminists were attacking it because of the new movies misconstruing what feminism actually is. You got dwarf actors attacking it because they didn't want to actually have dwarf actors because one particular dwarf actor didn't want other people to get any parts, so he made sure that they didn't actually get hired onto this. So yeah, pretty much everyone is upset with the Disney version, and that's all the more reason why this is really funny to me. It's a story about a princess and a prince, about beauty and vanity, about love and its power to raise us from the death to life, said Daily Wire co-founder Jeremy Boring. It's our own adaptation of the ancient fairy tale. Boring made an announcement when launching Bentkey, Daily Wire's new kids entertainment brand that seeks to take on Disney Plus at a time when some conservatives have grown frustrated with the legacy studio. Well, if you look at the box office results and their quarterly earnings, pretty much everyone is frustrated with Disney at this point, but that's a whole other story right now. But yeah, I got the tweet that they made earlier announcing a teaser for their new Bentkey platform or their section on their website. I'm not actually sure what it is entirely, but yeah, this is the type of content that they're putting out. And for people who have young kids, this is something that definitely would appeal to them. I mean, I have some young kids myself, and I think this is stuff that they would watch. Whether they'll like it or not remains to be seen, because despite what some people say, you can't just put your kids in front of a TV and they'll just sit there fixated on it. At least my kids don't do that. I mean, they have their own preferences, so maybe they'll like this, maybe they won't. But either way, I do like the idea about giving more options to parents for content that their kids can watch. I mean, if before all there is like Nickelodeon and Disney, well, now you have something else. But there's also more other stuff that you can find online as well too. But I'm not going to really dive into that because I mean, there's just too much to go into right now. It's taken 100 years to build Disney, Boring added. We know we aren't what Disney is today, but we hope in time we might become what they were once upon a time. A little studio with big ideas and the courage to chase them. While Disney still uses Walt's name, they have all but abandoned his legacy. Boring statement continued along those lines. I mean, to be fair, I mean, Walt Disney was a staunch anti-communist, whereas you have the current Disney thanking the Chinese Communist Party for letting them film during by concentration camps. But I mean, that's something I doubt Walt Disney would have actually done if he were still alive. But I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, this article just kind of talks about like what they're doing with it, and also goes into a little bit of the Snow White one. Because this is funny, these statements that they're pulling up from Rachel Zegler, and much of the reason why they're actually getting a lot of criticism, or at least Disney's getting criticism for their Snow White version. This is what she said, quote, people are making these jokes about our ours being the PC Snow White, where it's like, yeah, it is, because it needed that. She told EW the original is extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for in this world. And she told Extra TV the original cartoon came out in 1937 and very evidently so. There's a big focus on our love story with this guy who literally stalks here. Weird. So we don't do that this time. So on the one hand, you got the Disney version where they say we hated the original one, even though this story's been around for over 100 years. We can do better. And then on the other, you got the Daily Wire saying like, no, the original is a timeless story and it's a great story. And we're trying to stay truthful to what that is. And now we're having both movies come out the exact same year. And we're going to have a side-by-side comparison about what to expect between the two. Now, Daily Wire obviously has the fact that their budget is significantly lower, at least I'm imagining it. Whereas the Disney version, that's a few $100 million that they spent on that movie. But I did tweet out earlier when I heard this news that, like, yeah, one thing's for sure, the Daily Wire one will probably make more money than the Disney one, because I'm expecting that one to lose hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office, because, yeah, it seems like no one is looking forward to that one. But at least this one, if it's not going to be good, at least it's going to be funny just for the fact that it is trolling Disney. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure you click that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.